Hello, hello, are we there? Hello, everybody, Mr. Moo here, back in the cockpit. Out in the EFOT sector, actually, just returning home from a bit of surveying, trying to gather data to help out Senator Kahina Loren, or Commander Salome, as many know her, the founder of the Children of Raxla. With me in the cockpit, as always, I've got my handy buddy Hank. Howdy, Hank. How are you, guy? My little Miss Yuki, she is doing much better. She was not feeling well the second half of last week, or the first half of last week, or the weekend. She was a sick little kitten and not doing well at all. She's doing much better. She's a little bit more chirpy. She's a little bit more happy now. And my sidekick, my computer, my smartass Kix. Say hello, Kix.
Hello, Cakes.
Glad you're in good shape. How are you doing? You don't have to answer that. Okay, where are we at? We are in the EFOT sector, sector VX-K C8-2 in proximity to the A star. What does that mean in real-world terms? Well, it means we're a ways out. 1,000 light years is going to get us to the Heart and Soul Nebula. And, well, we got a ways to go to reach our destination over at HR 6421. At least I think that's where we're going. Better double check that. Make sure I'm not turning it into the Fetties or anything. Yep, HR 6421. That is our destination. How far out are we from that? Well, let's find out. Load up the discovery here. HR 6421 set as target 8,062.91 light years. We got a ways to go. Full tank of gas, maps in the glove box. Kicks.
Go ahead, Commander.
Hit it.
Spinning up.
Head tracker is good. Sun isn't interfering with the thermal sensors. Well, IR, a little bit of a difference.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
Accessing system map.
Previously discovered, but there's a whole lot of snow, ice, rock, and snowy ice rocks. Bread, eggs,
Scooping complete.
breaded eggs, you know, the usual. Tank stopped off. We are clear of the star. Ready for the next leg.
Fuel scooping.
Alright, let's get a scan off of you. This one isn't going to be the marathon high-speed run out to the region like it was, on the outbound leg. Inbound, I'm going to be doing a little bit more navigational surveying, shall we say.
Fuel scooping complete.
Right, thank you. Alright, let's get a scan off of you. Nobody's scanned you yet, and you're only 38 light seconds off the star. Tiny thing if I'm not getting a scan of you at 37 light seconds.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Okay, well, that planet's scanning. Let's go see what we got on the first one. Excuse me. High metal content. Let's see here. Solar masses. I want planetary masses. Here we go. 0.05 Earth masses, 2,400 kilometer radius, 0.37 G. No volcanism, no atmosphere, 66% rock, 33% metal. Tidally locked with a lot of iron, nickel, etc. Chromium, phosphorus, zinc. A little bit of polonium. Interesting. Now what are you? Atmosphere, 100% sulfur dioxide. But just trace amounts of that 100%. It's 0.00 atmospheres, so it's just wisps. And you. We got a few planets to scan here. Alright. Let's grab the moon of it while we're here. There's the moon, I can make it out now. And we're gonna overshoot slightly. There we go. Bring it back around. Iron magma, no atmosphere. That is a warm little moon if it's pulling off iron magma. Earth has silicate magma. Atmospheric type, no atmosphere, 85% rock, 40% metal. Tungsten, technetium, vanadium. Interesting. Okay, that's a landable world. Not that we're going to land on it. Unless there's something really, really interesting to look at. No volcanism, no atmosphere, 0.45 G. Germanium. Now the next 3 planets look like they have atmospheres. The next 3 planets have atmospheres, so they could be interesting to look at. See what kind of weird and wonderful things they've got in store. I actually haven't checked out the local news feed in a while. Okay, independent auto defunct technology company MetaDrive Inc. has now reached an end. Other than a few minor items, the acquisition of all remaining assets has been completed. Watch those minor items turn out to be something somebody's going to go to war over. Yep. Okay, I'm going to get on approach here to this. Yeah, don't want to overshoot. Okay, well that scan completes. Now we can take a look at the news. Okay, one such item is the Imperial Eagle of the company's late chairman Femi Dakari, owned by MetaDrive. In a strange turn of events, the ship was stolen by former MetaDrive employee Rand Corson, who disappeared shortly after the audit began. A number of files relating to his affairs are also believed to be missing. A junior member of the audit team reported a series of so-called Exodus documents could not be located. The employee was unceremoniously removed from the audit team shortly afterwards. Interesting. Spokesman for Big Six, the auditor, provided a statement. The audit of MetaDrive is now complete. Contrary to previous misleading reports, we have all the documentation we need. Transpires the Eagle spacecraft stolen by Rand Corson crashed somewhere in the Alioth system while fleeing security forces. The vessel was fully insured, so Big Six is not unduly concerned by its loss. Okay, that's interesting for a few reasons. One, there's, just the Exodus document. MetaDrive Inc. was studying meta-alloys and possibly their use in jump drives, thus the creative name. Meta-alloys are somewhat, well, not somewhat, they're alien. They're harvested from alien life forms called barnacles. Originally found out in the Pleiades. Possible connection to the Thargoid race, which nobody's seen yet. Because the Thargoids, it was said they could spin metal like fabric. And it appeared that meta-alloys were something like some kind of weird organically formed metal alloys. But also interesting, out here in the EFOT sector, and also out in the Conflux, and also out in Hawkins Gap, there have been beacons found. I don't remember if Exodus was specifically mentioned, but rally points were. So what are human-made beacons that came out here on, well, they don't have any frameshift drives. They don't have hyperdrives. So who dropped them out here 9,000 light years from the, from the bubble? And there was a little old lady in the novel Elite Reclamation who inspired Senator Kahina Loren to kind of come out and give up the whole Imperial life to become an explorer. She said she found something out here in the Formidine Rift. Something that the governments, either one government or all the governments, which through Galcop or Intergalactic Naval Research Arm, INRA, decided she didn't need, so they edited her memories and took them out. Well, what do you do with that? She says she remembers bits and pieces. And one of the things she said was, and they thought the Thargoids were bad. Well, that could mean a few things. My personal bet is it's some secret that the big three governments wanted: the Alliance, the Federation, the Empire. They wanted it buried out here. And the closest thing, my brain keeps jumping to Firefly, to the movie Serenity. And it keeps jumping to the planet Miranda. That's what keeps coming for me in my head on this. Okay, let's see here. Brown dwarf star, nothing really remarkable out there on those. You. 0 atmospheres, no volcanism. Well, 0 atmospheric pressure, but a sulfur dioxide atmosphere. That's interesting. Tidally locked, tidally locked. You're not tidally locked. 0.29 atmospheres, carbon dioxide. 275 atmospheres. 0.48 G, argon atmosphere. 90, well, argon. A lot of argon, relatively speaking. 99% nitrogen, 1% argon. Surface temperature, 176 Kelvin. Huh. Composition, 21% ice, 52% rock, 26% metal. Fascinating, but nothing particularly eye-opening or startling. Resume course.
Plotting route.
Heart and Soul nebulas in the distance, along with the galaxy. Should be getting fuel off of you. Are you a T-Tori? Son of a... And a companion star at 159,000 light seconds. You cannot scoop off of T-Tori stars. One of those little minor navigational hazards, in case you're running out of fuel, which, fortunately, I'm not. Lovely star cluster in the distance behind and between Heart and Soul. But yeah, the data beacon, or the nav beacon, or the communications relay, whatever you want to call it, that I found out here, translates roughly, well, doesn't translate roughly to, this is what it translates to once you decode the data stream. Dynasty Expedition Beacon. Dynasty S6 ERP-003 Rally Point D1 Formidine Rift Mode Standby. What's that? I'm pretty sure I should be worried about that. Okay, companion star at 18,000 light seconds. System map. Okay, what are you? Class M, Red Dwarf. Both discovered. Alright. At least I can get fuel off them.
Fuel scooping.
Protons! Get your protons here! Get 'em while they're hot!
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Clear of the star and clear to jump.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
Accessing data.
Thank you, Kix. Totally unexplored. And what do we have here? Well, certainly some interesting worlds. Potentially. 55 light seconds for the first one.
Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Must not be a very big world if... Okay, picking it up at 20-some light seconds. And I'll start getting, looking at the scan data while I'm en route to the next one. System map.
Accessing system map.
No volcanism, no atmosphere. Composition is 100% metal. 37% iron. You could just... Damn. 0.59 G. That's interesting. Actually, I need to go have a look at how much iron I've got in stock. $33 iron. Okay, I'm set on iron for now. System map.
Accessing data.
Now, what were you? Silicate magma, 67% rock, 32% metal. Iron, nickel, sulfur, phosphorus, zinc, zirconium, tellurium, tin. 1.01 G. Larger, more mass, but not as dense. Alright, let's pour the coals on and see if we can get here a little quicker. Yes, we can. Okay, what's your secret? 0.94 G, no volcanism, no atmosphere, 2/3 rock, 1/3 metal. Antimony. Interesting. See much of that. Haven't completed the scan on you, but assuming nothing too spectacular either. Alright, let's get out to the fun stuff. Keep seeing that star cluster out in the distance. System map.
On it.
Alright, what are we heading to now? Well, okay, we got one more piece of voice crack. Not sure I'm catching what you mean there. I don't think my voice cracked. I really hope it didn't. It sounded really weird. Alright, JVR 2000, good to see you again. How have you been? Where have you been? How are you doing? Been a while. Okay, last of the uninteresting. Yeah, it's been a while. I've been out. Let's see here. 2/3 rock, 1/3 metal, blah blah blah. Ruthenium. Okay, that's interesting. Niobium, selenium. But let's move on to the really interesting stuff because that's where it's at now. Finally gotten to that point where we can just start examining the interesting worlds that are a little bit further away from this A-class star. And yeah, my voice is, well, it's slightly changed. Had to go in for surgery, in which they straightened my nose and removed some... Well, there was a bone spur, and it was cutting off half of my breathing. Well, they fixed that and opened up some space, and suddenly, hey presto, I can talk again. I can breathe again. Oh, we're gonna overshoot here. Let's, there we go. Kinda recovering. Kinda recovering. Came down with the flu, so... Not feeling 100% at all. Feeling good enough to fly, though, so... This is how I relax. This is my healing. Okay. System map.
Affirmative.
What were you? Sulfur dioxide atmosphere, already not very much fun. 0.71 G, 100% sulfur dioxide, 2/3 rock, 1/3 metal. And a surface temperature of 409 Kelvin. Well then. Makes sense. I mean, You got an atmosphere, and you are not that far away from this star. 1.5 solar masses, 1.2 solar radii. Yeah. Bigger, hotter star. Closer planet with an atmosphere. What's your atmospheric pressure? 0.62 atmospheres. That's gonna trap some greenhouse gases. No, trap. That is greenhouse gases, and it's very, very hot on that planet. All things considered. I mean, not Venus hot. And the atmospheric pressure is certainly much nicer than Venus. The planet where the astronomers take bets as to whether or not the probe will melt or be crushed. What are you? Carbon dioxide atmosphere. 0.87 G. Surface temperature 729 Kelvin. 11.2 atmospheres. Not much fun. 90% carbon dioxide, 10% sulfur dioxide, 2/3 rock, 1/3 metal, and axial tilt of 28 degrees, so it does have seasons. That's apparently the warm one. At least I hope it's the warm season. Binary planets here. Let's go in for a close approach and then slingshot around. System map.
Accessing system map.
Atmosphere, 99% carbon dioxide, 1% sulfur dioxide, 153 atmospheres at the surface, 908 Kelvin. Well, that's not pleasant at all. Now we're running into Venus territory here. And you, what about you? Twins they were! 152, 147 atmospheres, 908 Kelvin, 904 Kelvin, 1.05, and 1.03 Gs. Twins they were. I lovely dream about that the other day. Anyway. Not important. Not important to Discovery at all. Alright, chop the throttle at 6 seconds on approach and coast in. There we go. And the last one for the day on an orbit that, oh my. Okay, how did you end up on an orbit this inclined to the rest of the ecliptic? Good grief, you're practically orbiting at 90 degrees off. Well, okay, let's call it 60 degrees. That's still a hell of an inclined orbit, all things considered. Okay, so you, what about you? Atmosphere type, carbon dioxide. You were at 2 AU from the star, you're still 733 Kelvin. Orbital inclination, 6.9 degrees, 6.9 degrees. 0.21 degrees, 0.05. Negative 0.45, and then there's you. You are just going to be one of those interesting ones, aren't you? Let's see how close I was on my 60-degree estimate. Chop the throttle. You're fairly massive if I'm getting a scan off of you at 90 seconds. System map.
Accessing system map.
Orbital inclination negative 123 degrees. Yeah, that's a little off. Iron magma, 5.91 atmospheres, 201 Kelvin, 100% nitrogen atmosphere. 0.41 G. What a strange, strange world that is. 3.5 AU out. 1 AU being 500 light seconds, you know, average distance of the Earth from the Sun. Well, let's see what other weirdness we can find. We are cleared for jump.
Fuel scooping.
9 new objects, but all I'm getting is 2 stars, so I'm betting there's some asteroid belts in here. Let's see how correct I am. Oh. There's really crummy icy rocks out in the distance.
Fuel scooping complete.
Snowballs and a brown dwarf. Resume course.
Roger, roger.
Thank you, thank you. Well, at least I was able to top off the tank, and there's still that star cluster in the distance. Out between heart and soul. Galaxy map.
Accessing map.
Thank you.
Anytime, Commander.
Okay, heart and soul. Let's see here. What are you? I feel like I should know this. As we approach, we'll figure out what it is. It's not the lighthouse, I know that. This is the lighthouse out here. Do we even get a lock on you yet? 5,000 light years out from the lighthouse. Is it visible? Nope, there's a great big nebula in the way. That tends to block off any kind of navigational landmarks.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, we can get a scoop off of you. System map. They all have atmosphere of some kind. Tenuous as it may be.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course.
I'm on it.
Nothing terribly interesting, though, and can't land on anything if there was, so... we're just gonna keep on trucking. And yeah, that star cluster is incredibly bright if I'm able to catch it just beyond the star with the glare right there in my face.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
We'll get closer and figure out what in the hell that thing is. That's right, trucking like galactic trucking. Because there's trucking needs to be done. Or something.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
Loading system information.
Well, possible life on that one. It kinda looks like chocolate chip cookie. As my good friend Commander Bourgeois Stalker said, if it looks like a chocolate chip cookie, it's probably got life. Time to put the theory to the test again. 9 times out of 10 it works. And the times that it usually fails,
Disengaged.
I've gotten a little too liberal in my definition of a chocolate chip cookie. Now I want cookies. Unfortunate. Right, cookies. Not germane to the topic here. Yeah, like an ocean with life. Bah, craziness. Gas giant with water-based life in the atmosphere. Thank you again, Stalker. Chocolate chip cookies win the day. I'm here. May as well get scans off the moons. Yep. If it looks like a chocolate chip cookie, it's probably water-based life. If it looks like a chocolate chip cookie with a little hint of green to it, it's probably ammonia-based life. My theory is that the atmosphere is so turbulent. That's what, the chocolate chips are just the various storms in the upper atmosphere of the gas giant. Then you get lightning, then you get all the atmospheric gases mingling and mixing around. And you can get the, between the lightning and the magnetic field and all the different chemicals being mixed around, you get complex organic molecules. I mean, it's pretty simple life. It's going to be basically plankton. Atmospheric plankton. It's life. Hey, buddy, it's life. It doesn't matter whether or not you believe in it. Well, that's alright. It believes in you. And just to be thorough, because we've gotten everything else here, may as well grab this last star. Howdy, Hank. If you're wondering what that thump on the microphone was, that was a Hank, jumping on the floor about 10 feet behind me. Great big cat beast on the flight deck. Accelerating nicely, he says as they start decelerating. Rumbles. Well, I suppose it could be more complex forms of life. If you've ever read the National Geographic Picture Atlas of our universe, there were some interesting pictures that some artist concepts of life on other worlds in the solar system. Basically like gas-filled jellyfish, cross between a jellyfish and a blimp on Jupiter that ate radioplankton in the atmosphere and were preyed upon by creatures called swordtails, which would just fly above them and then drop butt first through them using sharpened tails. Burst the blimp and burst the gas bag and then eat the, eat the creature. There we go. Starting to get a scan now. Oop. Throttle back. There you go. Whoa, whoa, mule.
Fuel scooping.
I'm going flying into the star on me. Nothing here except the... Nothing here except the star? Interesting. System map.
Accessing map.
Well, I got a discovery out of it. Resume course.
Plotting next
Fuel
destination.
scooping complete.
Let's try that again. Go go gadget foghorn.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Nothing. Approaching that star cluster. The advanced scanner it's absolutely a necessity.
Fuel scooping.
Okay, found a few things here to play with, maybe. System map.
Accessing system map.
Thank you.
Anytime, Commander.
And I was terribly, horribly wrong.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course.
Yes, Commander.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Fuel scooping.
54 new astronomical objects. This could be fun.
Fuel scooping complete.
Okay. Heard you like gas giants. Actually, that's very interesting for all those gas giants to be in such a small area. 3 AU, roughly 2. It's a lot of binary gas giants here. That's Also at 10 light seconds. Huh. Well, let's start getting scanning. Other side of the star, that would be why I couldn't see it. Also, that planet has an atmosphere, I think. Let's see. No, it doesn't. Huh. Looks like it does. It's all fuzzy. Usually that's a sign... I don't know if you can see... Yeah, I don't have a mouse here, but... Usually that's a sign of atmosphere there. Interesting. Plus, just kicking up a lot of dust. Which is also possible. System map.
Done, Commander.
Let's see what we got here. On you. Oh, geysers. Silicate vapor. Silicate vapor. Damn. You know, I think we're going to sit down there and have a look. Once we get scans on these other ones here. At least get scans off of these guys easy enough without having to move an inch. Relatively speaking, I know I'm traveling at 30 kilometers per second. So actually I'm moving quite a few inches. Okay, can I get a scan off the gas giant inside of 1,000 light seconds? Yes, I can. And I can also get a scan on it through the star. These are very good scanners. Gas giant with water-based life. And can't get a scan off the companion. That's okay. Let's head for Planet 1. See if we can't find some of these geysers. Quite a bit, actually. You know, it's very simple. It's simple life, but it's there. Okay, if I were a geyser, where would I be? Silicate vapor, so it's just throwing rocks, so... Alright, take care. Take care, have a good day. Or have a good night. That also works. Good night, man. Thanks for hanging out here. So I'm just taking a wild stab in the dark. The geysers are rock vapor. So I'm hoping that the darker patches on the ground are actually, you know, a version of... And here comes the sun. Alright. A version of volcanic resurfacing. Not enough to cover up craters, but enough to, cover the ground with new surfacing. Just a light dusting. Okay, approaching drop point. And we're in glide. Howdy, Yank. Hanking around, I see, buddy. .68 G's surface gravity. The ship should be able to handle that without much trouble. I mean, it's a stripped down ASP. I had to make some sacrifices, and thruster size was one of them. Okay, we're over the surface. Come on, let's bring it back up to about 2 clicks. There we go. And the odds of finding a geyser field just kind of them flying around over the surface is a little low. Gear down.
Deploying landing gear.
We're down. Thrusters offline, vehicle hangar on.
Drive assist on.
Engines.
I'm on it.
Sensors aren't picking up
Compromised.
anything. Wait. There we go. Got a blip on the wave scanner now.
Drive assist off.
Whoop.
Assign pilot.
No.
Drive assist on.
Kicks, I didn't say anything other than whoops. Okay, one bronzite chondrite. Which turns into sulfur, chromium, germanium, and iron and chromium.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Let's grab that.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Hey, where'd my ship go?
Ship recalled.
Get back here. I was hoping for something a little bit more substantial on the surface, but didn't want to waste a lot of time just kind of hunting around for a geyser. Three greens, up we go. Gear up. Kicks.
Ready, Commander.
Retract gear.
Very well.
We are good for up boost. Accelerating nicely. (30 km/s). 50.
Initiating.
We are clear of orbit. Open sky. Approaching 1,000 km/s. Something hasn't happened in a while. The sun interfering with my head tracker. From Seattle, I forgot what the sun looked like for October. Approaching 0.5 light speed. Approaching C, there we go. Local gravity kind of screwing with my drives a little bit. But there we go. Now it looks like we are accelerating nice and smooth. Up towards an actual decent in-system speed. Class 1 gas giant, standard Jovian. I'm sorry, are we looking at trinary gas giants here? System map.
Accessing data.
Are we looking at trinary gas giants? No, it doesn't look like it. We're just looking at... Okay, there's one binary. There's another binary. There's... Okay, no, it's just in the distance a bit. Class 2 gas giant. Alright, here's the other binary pair of gas giants. You can see their shared orbit line there. Alright, getting a scan at 600. Let's drop it down a little bit. System map.
Done, Commander.
Okay, so you... explored, but you, what are your rings looking like? Okay, so it no longer says if the rings are have pristine reserves or not. It's not that I can see. I guess maybe that means that they haven't even been touched? Resume course.
Selecting destination.
I had a theory going for a while that you didn't have to... A lot of explorers were trying to go around to the dark sides of worlds and find city lights. You know, an indication of civilization. My thought was that they could just scan the gas giants with rings. Or any other planet with rings. And if they found pristine reserves, or... Actually, no, if they found anything other than pristine reserves, it would have indicated they were mining. Which would have indicated a spacefaring civilization. But now it appears that I don't get that data anymore. Wonder when that happened. System map.
Accessing data.
Okay, this has all been scanned. Well, these haven't been. Resume course.
Selecting next.
G-class star. People usually gravitate towards the G-classes, because that's where, well, it's where they found Earth, so why wouldn't they have found something else?
Fuel scooping complete.
Galaxy map.
Accessing map.
Fuel scoop.
That is just, oh, about to be very, very close to the Heart Nebula. What is that area of blue stars I'm seeing? Show by star class O B. Big in, ain't ya? Yeah, looks like you're kind of part of that cluster, aren't you? Just a little bit if I were to zoom in on it. And line myself up with it and zoom out. Well, I may still be. Let's try A-class stars. Add that to the mix. A few more. Well, guess we get closer and find out. System map.
Certainly, Commander.
And what have we got here? We've got stars. Stars of all kinds. Oh, what are you? You are 250,000 light seconds away, but I imagine, yeah, I imagine Bloodshaker made a good amount of money on that, because that looks like An Earth-like. If not an Earth-like, then a water world. And the rest of the star cluster's out at the 230, 270,000 light-second range. Resume course.
Understood.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Okay, the fact that I can see that this close to the surface of an A-class star. Okay, come on, give me clear kicks. Starting to run a little hot here.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Thank you.
I'm here to serve.
I think we're approaching a B class. If I remember right. Nice and bright. Yep, nice and bright.
Fuel scooping.
The heart and soul sectors have been picked over pretty hard by commanders out here trying to find the secrets of the Formidine Rift. System map.
Loading map.
Not expecting to find anything terribly new here. Yeah, even all these have been...
Complete.
But look at this. B class. There's a brown dwarf, brighter brown dwarf. What's that? Class Y, class T. That's a T-Tori? These are all T-Tori stars. These are all proto-stars in the process of contracting into actual stars when they hit the hydrogen flashpoint and ignite. 4 million years? This is a very, very young star system. There's a B-class star and everything else here is a T-Tori. That's... interesting. Kicks.
Oh, ears?
Take a photo.
Capturing.
Guess I better get a system name on this. Take a photo.
Capturing image.
Thank you.
It's what I do.
Huh. Resume course?
Welcome.
Oh wait, there's no course to resume, right. Okay, we are currently 7,400 light years away from our destination.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Let's see if we can't knock it down to O-class stars, see if there's any O-class around here. What are you? Well, obviously it's the Bubble Nebula. So what's at the heart of the bubble? Is it you? No, it is definitely not you. Alright, O-Class, O-Class. All my little bookmarks here for weird systems, strange things. Okay, you are a thing. Little fuzzy dot. Never been there before. Frio Fue, ZE-AG2, 541 light years away. Hit it.
Certainly.
12 jumps out. It has most likely been explored and surveyed already. I don't care. I haven't seen it before, and it looks interesting. Those little fuzzy dots are always... There's always something a little funny there. Can't always tell what, but... HIP 63835 was the first really fuzzy dot I ever spotted, and that yielded something, you know, amazing,
Fuel
so...
scooping.
System map.
Loading map.
Resume course.
Yes.
Fuel scooping complete.
Okay, we're gonna put the hammer down here.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Drop the hammer and see how long it takes us to get these 11 jumps. That star cluster off there in the distance.
Fuel scooping.
Come on. Nope. Let the heat get too high. Don't want to fry my ship. T-Tori. If I was getting that close to the star and the fuel scoop wasn't kicking in, that was a proto-star. Up and over the star, relatively speaking.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
X-Star's M-Class. I'll do a high-speed skim there and see if I can't get some fuel.
Fuel scooping.
And scan.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Sure, Commander.
Yeah, this has all been discovered, probably by people out heading the direction I am. That's okay. I really, really want to see what this is.
System scan underway.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
Accessing map.
Takes longer to scan systems, or no, not sorry. Doesn't take longer to scan systems, it takes longer to jump with horizons now. Totally unexplored, man. This should give me the fuel to get where I need to go. System scan. Kicks.
Fuel scooping.
What is it, Commander?
System scan.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I can't remember the voice command for the Discovery scanner. Not that it matters, I got the trigger for it, but... Ah well. You're out of commission for a month and everything goes to hell. Discover.
Scanning. Scanning system for objects.
That's the button I was looking for. Just a couple of nothing stars. Resume.
Down tempo.
Okay, 3 jumps out from whatever it is we're jumping to. And we are still getting closer to HR 6421, so... progress, although oblique. Okay, we're safe. System map.
Loading system information.
Probably been explored if I had to. Nope. That's interesting.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Gonna get some local scans here and then... while I'm here. System map.
Loading system information.
This has to be data that just hasn't loaded yet. Weird. Would have thought this would have been explored to hell and gone. This is just bizarre, to be honest. I mean, unfortunately, if I'm reading the system map right, there's not a whole lot of interesting stuff here. It's all Drums and crud. Metal rich, iron magma, 100% metal. High metal content versus metal rich. Resume course.
Plotting next destination.
We're one jump away. I want to know what that thing is. Black hole. We are 4,000 kilometers, 4,400 kilometers from a black hole. System map.
Accessing
Has to have been discovered. Yeah, this is all discovered. Got a black hole, a Class B star, and a Class A star. Alright, let's get close to the black hole. You can see the distortion off the gravity lensing. Really nice effect with the galaxy right there. $1,400 kilometers. $800. Impact warning. 300 kilometers. $47.5 kilometers. Closing on real space thrusters. And we just hit the body exclusion zone. This is as close as we can get to the black hole. $46.3 kilometers. Let's see if we can get a scan off the B class from here. 3,900 light seconds should be an easy thing. Let's see if we can't get clear. There's an escape vector we have to reach. We just hit the exclusion zone again. Okay. There we go. Escape vector. We're a little warm. We can probably make it out of here. We're clear. Damage report. 98% on the jump drive, 97 on the cargo hatch, 99 on life support, 98 Power distributor, 99 sensors, 99 heatsink, 98 heatsink. That could have gone a lot worse. Can we get a scan off the A-class at 18,000 light seconds? Nope. Alright. How to start the trip home. Another fuzzy dot. Two of them, actually. Probably B and A-class stars. Whatever you are. I'll put a bookmark in ya. And put a bookmark in you. This is why my map is such a bookmarked mess. And just for some kind of reference point, we'll fly to you. And while we're here, grab the scan off this last star at 12,000 light seconds. And back on course for that star cluster. Why not?
Fuel scooping.
System map.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Excuse me a moment. Need to make a quick detour. What are you? High metal content. Unfortunate. I thought we had something here. Why don't we have something here? 1.2 Gs, 1.42 atmospheres, 82% nitrogen, 17% oxygen atmosphere. This thing ought to be... This thing ought to be an Earth-like. Or at least terraformable. Huh. Huh. And on that bombshell, this is Mr. Moo. Gonna have to call it short a little bit today, but thanks to everybody coming out. Hoping everybody had a good time watching. Fly safe, Commanders. If you can't fly safe, fly dangerous. If you can't do that, well, we'll see you back at the barn. Take care, everybody. See you soon.